co-host. He is an attorney and publisher of Illinois Review, Mr. Scott Casper. Scott, and I'm going to reintroduce our special guests, but just you're a parent as well. Your thoughts on what you're hearing? I mean, it's just shocking is the word.
It's
that
totally
comes to
shocking. And, Mark, I live not too far away from Homer Township, and I know Homer Township to be a good conservative area, at least it seems to me. And so to hear that the liberals have infiltrated those school systems is really disturbing. And if it's happening there, it must be happening all across the state.
All across the board. And so joining us live here in studio, joining Scott and I, are two incredibly special and very important school board candidates, Theresa Tammy Hayes, School District 92, and Michael Clausen, School District 205, and a regular here on Mark My Words, the vice chair of Homer Republicans and a candidate for trustee
for Village of Homer Glen.
For Village, Jay Rohde. Tammy.
Yes.
This was news to me, hearing about the story of Michael's son, but he's not alone. There are parents that have these stories. Can you share some of the stories, or maybe one in particular that's kind of stuck out in your mind about whether it's your own child or children of friends where this is abuse?
One of the stories that sticks out the most, of course, is a COVID story. My youngest is the youngest of four, so she's pretty good. She's got school kind of dialed in. However, during COVID, she was doing the Zoom, and she was fine. Her grades were fine. So grades are fine. Kid is fine, right? Well, no. I would come home from work. She'd be crying at least once a week. And I would try to talk to her. What's going on? I don't want to talk about it. This, that, and the other thing. And it was just the torturous time to sit there through a screen and just sit and sit and sit. And she just, it was so tough on her. And this is because I think sitting through class, we all had to do it, but you got to do your passing periods. You got to see your friends. You got to talk about something besides school. I mean, of course, she enjoys school to a certain extent. She's a teenager. But it pushed her so badly mentally. She actually did her own survey. She surveyed the kids in her school about how they felt mentally.
Wow.
And she was so moved to tears. One kid responded to her. We don't know if it was male or female. And she read it at one of the 205 meetings. She read the response and she said, I hope someone knows this kid and that this kid does not commit suicide, because that's what the response was. I feel so lost doing this Zoom stuff. My parents don't hear me. The teachers don't hear me. I don't even know why I exist anymore. It was devastating. It was just devastating. And what did we care about? Vaccines and masks and time schedules. The kids couldn't eat in their classroom. It was just craziness.
And that's why we've seen mental health and suicides just skyrocket, and it's heartbreaking. And this has been more damaging and more harmful to the students than the pandemic itself.